Hello and welcome to NSK's PV Power Hour, brought to you by newschoolkaidan.com for March 17th, 2017. Happy St. Patty's Day! My name is
Yay.
Yoshi, and that other voice you heard is Charlie Draco Cowden. Howdy doody.
Like shit.
Like shit, you're sick as fuck. Well, you're recovering from your
I'm
being
still
sick as fuck.
sick.
You're still
I'm
sick.
still
But you're a
sick.
trooper, you're not some wanker that just doesn't show up half the time like the other two. Fuck those guys. So you are a man amongst men. You are a god amongst gods.
Hopefully I don't sneeze and blow somebody's eardrums out.
It's all right. If it's after after I process it, I can play with the levels, so we'll be fine. But live, yes, you're gonna blow my eardrums out and possibly the people who are watching at home. Well, thank you for watching
And
at
YouTube.
home. Yes, you can check us out weekly, Friday nights, usually at 8 p.m. Eastern Time on twitch.tv/newschoolkaidan or youtube.com/newschoolkaidan. So check us out live if you can. So let's get into talking about some idols. First up, Rev from DVL. Never say goodbye, or should I say, rip from DVL.
Why rip?
So they are disbanding, and this is probably going to be their last single. It's off of their best album,
Well, shit.
which is already out. So
And this is like one of their better songs too.
is it?
For me, yeah. There's less, Hashimoto Kana and friends in this one, and more Rev from DVL.
Yeah, but
I enjoy the song.
okay. Well, putting the song off to the side, I'm glad you brought up the whole point of Hashimoto Kana and friends, because whenever I see Rev from DVL, no matter in whatever context, if Hashimoto Kana's there and there are members of Rev from DVL are in this video, I think of, idols is a stepping stone for your career. The members of Rev from DVL are stepping stones for Hashimoto Kana's career, is how I look at it.
I don't think that's how it started out, but that's how it
No, it
ended up
wasn't.
being.
It
yeah,
wasn't,
yeah,
because
definitely.
it was that one photograph that blew up on the internet basically put Hashimoto Kana on the map, and I guess in turn Rev from DVL got some attention, but
Yeah.
it wasn't enough attention to make that much of a difference for Rev from DVL.
No, not overall. No,
Yeah,
I mean
so,
there were like one or two girls that were popular besides Kana, but it was like 98% Kana.
right. So it's we can't speak for the fans that are in Fukuoka, where Rev from DVL are based in, but
No, but we have had people that went to handshakes, and
right, it was Kana and
it
friends.
was not pretty
Right.
for the other members.
Yeah, I remember some of the Japan trip guys have told stories of that, so yeah. Makes sense, so yeah, you like this song, huh?
It's a nice song. Um, I would say it's better than their other stuff.
I mean,
can't.
they never had a great discography to begin with, but I don't know.
Yeah. What was that song? About 2 to 3 singles ago that they did.
I don't even remember what their last single was.
I'm not sure. I know what their last one was specifically. Um, the one with the vampire.
That was not their last one.
No, but it was like 2 or 3 singles ago.
But no, that was a good song. That is my favorite song by Ref from DVL, if that means anything. But yeah, that song's called Real.
Okay,
And
yeah.
that is the only song by Ref from DVL that's actually on my playlist. And that song is from 2014. So it's
Yeah,
about
that's
4 singles ago.
Oh, was it 4?
Yep.
Okay.
Oh wait, there is a single called Vampire, but it's a digital single. Are you talking about that? That was
No,
last
no.
year. Okay, you're talking about Real
Yeah.
with the rose and like gay vampires.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah,
Yep.
that is my favorite song by them.
That was a good song, but beyond that, none of the others really had anything for me.
Yeah,
They
I
were
think
just like,
that's
well, this is Hashimoto Kana again,
yeah,
and the song's boring and safe.
yeah. I That's how I've always felt about Rev. And the reason why I liked Real was because it was not their typical stuff where they did this straightforward, generic idol pop stuff. And in Real changed it up. It was like it had like a dubstep breakdown. It was dark. It
Yeah,
was
it was more
grimy,
gothic in its
gothic,
feel.
gothic in its feel, but not like gothic instrumentals, which is great.
Yeah.
I don't like gothic sounding instrumentals, so yeah, Real was great. It's a great, great song. Can't say the same about the rest of their discography.
And I think that was probably their, like, biggest problem. They never had anything that broke them out to.
The public.
Well, they just never had anything that was, like, really different from what everybody else was doing.
Right, right. And Real was great because of that. And it was
Yeah.
darker than most of the things that other people were doing, other standard idols were doing. So it was refreshing to say the least because it was just one release after another of generic standard idol pop, and we're like, well, there's so much attention being poured onto Hashimoto Kana. It's like you need to capture this moment and make it yours, but they just kept on releasing very samey stuff and never
Yeah, and
caught on.
I think they did like two or three different like separate releases of Love Origato,
Yeah,
and that was just like, okay. They did the Rep from DVL version, and then they did the Hashimoto Kana version, and then they made the Hashimoto Kana version the official version,
yeah,
and it's like, no, there's like what 8, 9 girls in this group,
right.
and you're gonna put all the camera time on her
Yep.
because of the internet.
I wonder if Rep from DVL management basically sold off the rights they had to Hashimoto Kana to like some sort of agency in Tokyo or something. And then they're like, okay, there's no point in keeping this group around, so let's can this group.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I know I've seen a few things that she's been doing. I haven't watched them, but I know that she's been on TV.
She did a movie, The Sailor to Kikanju, which is, a classic Japanese idol movie from the 80s.
But
She's been in a bunch of commercials. So she has a gig outside of
Yeah.
idols, so maybe management's like, you know what, we're gonna cut and run here. We're gonna sell Hashimoto Kana's contract to, some talent agency, and here
Avex.
we get $10 million, and we're gonna split that a million of the 10 million to the members of Rep from DVL, and we're gonna cut and run with the 9 million or something.
Oh, okay. They're gonna cut 1 million and spread it out. Okay.
Yeah, that's
like
that's what the members get.
$100,000 to each member.
Exactly, exactly. No, not that. No, I'm not
That's-
saying Hashimoto Kana's worth $10 million, but yeah,
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't think she's worth $10 million.
Some people will pay stupid shit for some things.
Yeah, I mean it has to be good money for Rep from DVL to cease activities. So
Yeah.
I'm just speculating. I don't even know if that's true or if that's what happened, but yeah, I'm just putting out a scenario. So I'm not a big fan of this song. It's it's a piano ballad with electro influences. It's just middling, just like the rest of their choreography. I think the chorus has some catchy moments, but overall very very whatever for me.
I actually enjoy that Kana doesn't have like 90% of the song.
It's true, but the screen time is basically 90% Kana.
Well, I mean, it is and it isn't, but just because she's front center,
Right.
and she's definitely the one that had all the money poured into her wardrobe.
Yeah, of course. Everyone's wearing basic ass street clothes, and she's got like this fucking bedazzled, cool looking dress.
Yeah, everybody else went the better. Well, bring a dress and a sweater and some accessories, and then they went and spent like $5,000 on Hashimoto Kana's dress.
Yeah, and it doesn't help that, and her and one more girl are wearing black, and everyone else is wearing really light colored stuff. So
Yeah.
Kana sticks out like a sore thumb because everyone else is basically wearing light colored clothing. So that doesn't help either from dispelling the argument that this is basically Hashimoto Kana and friends. So
Yeah.
yeah, I'm not a big fan of the song. It's alright, it's catchy. But yeah, let's talk about the PV. It's shot in some sort of musical theater stage, and
It looks like, yeah, a school stage or something. Maybe.
yeah, and then there's a pool at a point. It's not exactly clear where this is set at, but I can see it basically being a school, although that stage looks way too cool to be at a school.
Yeah, but the lockers and stuff, I know. I don't know.
Right. Exactly. And in the pool, too, so it makes sense. But that
Yeah.
stage looks fucking nice. It's got like that scaffolding thing, you know, where they hang the
Waseda?
lights. Oh, okay. Is that...
I don't know.
uh,
I mean,
I
you-
hope it's somewhere in Fukuoka.
yeah, probably. I don't know.
Actually, those lockers are coin lockers, so I don't think those would be at a school. Because those are the types where you put in money
Yeah.
and you store stuff at, like, the train station or something. So I don't think that's a school, or... Unless schools have coin lockers now. I don't know. That's kind of fucking crazy.
Maybe it's something more like YMCA or something to that effect.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Like some sort of community center with a musical theater stage and a pool and a coin locker. Yeah,
Yeah.
that makes sense. Yeah, I agree.
You pull the stage back and you have like a dance floor or roller skate floor or something.
Right. Makes sense. So yeah, the entire PV is shot in this one dark-ass building. Oh, God, it's so dark. I can't see shit.
No, not really.
Even when they're performing on stage with spotlights, it just looks dimmed out, and when there's when there's light shining on them, they look yellow brownish, so you can't really make out their face. It's not great.
Yeah, they shoot from the sides and you can't see jack.
Yeah,
They're walking through the lockers and forgot to turn the lights on in the locker room.
yeah, it's completely dark.
And the girls are walking through like they're trying to be badass, and you can't see them because it's just dark.
That implies the badassness. The darkness is so badass, right?
Yeah, sure.
So I was thinking, because this is basically their disbandment song. You know, they have
Farewell song.
Yeah, they have like, what do you call that? A projector screen, and they'll just project random PV shots onto the buildings, and then the stuff around the buildings, on the lockers, on the walls of the buildings. So that's a neat little touch, but I feel like this is just sad. You know? I mean, I get it. It's sad. It's supposed to be disbanding, but I think
I think it would have had more effect if they'd used an actual screen and not just part of the building.
I think it adds a little flavor, though. I think it kind of makes it gritty, if you will.
Yeah.
It's not as produced. But I think this gold standard for a farewell song, kind of in this vein, is Barry's Kobo's Love Together. Do you remember that one?
No.
Shot on a stage just like this, a little bigger, but it has like an audience chair, like it's like a concert hall basically. So there are chairs.
Oh, yeah.
And then they're performing on the stage. The lights are bright as fuck. Bright. I'm telling you, it's just bright. You can see all the members, you can see their face, you can see everything clearly. The close-up shots are great, crisp, and they use that concert hall, which was empty, to great effect because it just made it feel sad in a way where I connected to it emotionally.
Yeah.
It felt like a disbanding song. Disbanding PV. This PV just looks like high school seishun, shit, we suck at life PV.
Yeah. Yeah, I think part of the effect of this Barry's Kobo, too, was that they were sitting in the audience watching themselves.
Right. It was great.
And after the video, you see them stand up and applaud themselves. It's like,
Yeah,
yeah, we did. We had a good run. And
yeah,
this is just like, hey, we're gonna bow to you because we're too shit and we don't have anything to be proud of.
yeah. It doesn't
Please
feel like an
forgive us.
actual like last thing that they're doing, except for basically
Yeah.
never say goodbye, which is in the title, and them holding their hands together at the end. That's about it.
And then throwing in that Onegato at the end.
Yeah,
Like,
it's just.
thanks, guys. You
Remember
were
Love
great.
Arigato? You guys love that one, right? No, not really. It was okay.
Yeah.
It was okay, man. It was cool. I don't need to hear it.
Yeah, and Dave and Dave was always like, well, it's because the rest of the group sucks at singing that I kind of had so much time, and I'm like, no, it's not.
Kana sucks at singing. Let's be
It's
real. Her voice is not very good.
It's because she's popular and the rest of them aren't. That's the
Yeah.
only damn reason.
This was not
I
a skill-based thing.
I got so freaking triggered over this group when they
Are you
first.
triggered?
Not now.
Oh, you're triggered though. You were triggered.
Oh yeah, when they first came out, oh god, I shit all over their management for that.
Fantastic.
Uh,
All right. Anything else?
no.
Go ahead and rate it, man.
I'll give the song. I mean, the song's nice. I wouldn't say it's one of my favorites, but it's one of my favorite Rev from DBL songs. But that's not saying much.
That does not say anything.
that puts them in the category of like Nogizaka.
Oh God, yes.
So I give the song like a C plus. It's a nice song. The PV gets like a D minus. It's just, whatever. Yay, we're sitting on a stage. Thanks. This guy over here didn't know you were disbanding, by the way.
I'll give the PV a D. It's shot nicely, but the lighting sucks. I think everything else is pretty boring. They're trying to make some sentimental PV, but it doesn't look very sentimental. Just looks, I don't know, just something they thought would look cool, but not really. Kind of looks artsy, I guess, but whatever. I'll give the song a C minus. It has catchy moments, but for the most part, the melodies are very flat. The vocal work is just not good. No passion. It's just basically sounds like them whispering, and yeah, I think the instrumentals suck. It's flat. It lacks a punch. I feel like I'm listening to a Cheeky Parade song from about 4 years ago, and that's not a good thing for me. So,
I'd stick with it. Nogizaka. It sounds
Nogizaka is a very apt comparison. Yes, I agree.
Hey, and we're gonna talk about the exact opposite of this PV later too.
Yep. Yeah, you're right. Rep from DVL. Never say goodbye. Goodbye, Rep from DVL.
Sayonara.
Toodaloo. And toodaloo to Hime Kyun Fruit Can.
Oh, they breaking up too?
No, they're not.
Oh.
Damn it. No, I'm kidding. Kokoro Tsunagaru. This is an opening song for the NHK television anime Pikaya.
So it's for an education anime?
Yes. It's about two kids trying to create a world before the Cambrian period or some shit. Because they can't live on Earth anymore because of pollution and shit or something. I don't know.
Okay.
Apocalypse. I don't remember. But it's about two kids trying to recreate a period in time before the current age. So,
Okay.
none of that is conveyed in the song. It's just, or the PV. It looks like just the members dancing in front of a white room and some member interaction with picture book-like backgrounds.
Yeah.
What do you call that? Stop motion animation with the members that are cut out of paper because there is white borders around the members doing their actions.
I fucking hate that.
Yeah, it just...
I really, really hate that.
I don't want to say it looks cheap, but I just it's
Yeah, it
not
looks cheap.
interesting.
It looks cheap.
But
It
that's
looks
what
like
it is,
really,
right? Picture books are not like
but
works
it,
of art like Michelangelo, you
no,
know?
but God, it looks like really, really cheap CG.
Yeah, I mean, it's basically
That's
what it
really,
is.
really poorly done.
I
I
guess, but
mean,
I think that's what they're going for, though.
I know, I still don't like it.
All right. I get the intent. I just don't think it's interesting.
No.
And it's just, the members swimming and walking
Um,
at the depth, deep sea and
yeah,
somehow
breathing water.
breathing underwater. They get eaten by a whale. It's I don't know. It's just
Well, you got to throw Shamu in there, you know.
yeah. I mean, Shamu is a institution.
And then somehow the whale has like this forest inside it
Yep. Well, it's fruits and coffee.
and trees
Yeah, it's what
and city buildings.
I don't understand, but we're not supposed to understand it. And a dinosaur. So they warped through time and they got picked up by an anchor. It's your typical nonsensical picture book storyline. Not that there is a story, but it's just the members of Hime Kyun just walking around and going through environmental shenanigans, if you will.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't like the PV at all. It reminded me of some of the Dempa Moso PVs that were really bad CGI.
Hmm.
And there's just nothing interesting in this video for me.
Yeah.
Um,
I feel like I could say the same for the song. It's
yeah.
uninteresting, flat, predictable,
Yeah.
safe as fuck because it's NHK, so you kind of have to be safe.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, knowing it's for an HK is for an children's educational show is at least I guess it's children.
yeah, it is.
It makes sense that the song would be safe, but you would think or you would hope it would be a little catchier.
Yeah,
To-
it's not.
Because although Japanese TV does things a little differently, though, the opening isn't always the first thing you see. So
It depends, yeah, but
yeah,
I think this song would be better in the context of the show, where it's the opening animation of the anime. Maybe there's cool
Yeah.
stuff happening. Like, anime has this ability when they have their opening theme songs and opening animation to make a song that's subpar look in or seem interesting because of
Yeah.
the visuals that match the song. So you would think they would try something like that here, but it's not the case. It doesn't help the song or the PV.
yeah,
Vice versa. It's just they're not helping each other make itself interesting.
yeah. If this is like the actual opening art style and the actual opening, then it's not very good. If they do something different with the animation, then maybe.
I'd imagine they did because Pikaya is a straight up anime looking anime. It's not like this picture
Yeah.
book anime or anything. It looks like anime. So
Yeah.
yeah,
and
I
I
don't like-
doubt they would have the members in it too. So
right. I don't think so. So I don't like the song. It's
no, the songs. Well, I would say it's not very Hime Kyun for one.
no, it's not. It's not at all. Hime Kyun does fast up tempo rock music.
Yeah, and this is the complete opposite of that.
It is what do you like
Uh,
soft pop.
Yeah,
It's too fast to be ballad, but it's super subtle and soft.
it's
But,
kind of like a up tempo or up. Yeah, it's like an up tempo electro pop ballad.
yeah. It's one of those things, and the melodies aren't great. It's nothing stands out, and I have to say, Hime Kyun Fruit Can's vocal ability has never ever been a strong suit, and this is even highlighted here because they give that one girl, the center girl, the entire bridge, and it's not pleasant. Not pleasant, but it doesn't do her any favors. Just doesn't sound very good.
Doesn't do the song any favors either.
Yeah, it's rough.
And then you got the random electric guitar in there for absolutely no reason.
Oh, I didn't even notice.
Oh yeah, there's a guitar solo in there.
Oh god. That's how much I paid attention to the song.
I didn't notice it either until just now. It's towards the end. It's after the bridge.
Okay. Well, I don't have anything else to say about this.
No, I don't either.
All right, go ahead and rate it.
I'm gonna give the PV a D. Yeah, D. I don't like the art style. I don't like the whole paper cutout look to it. I don't like the white room with white outfits. The song I'll give like a C minus. It's an alright song, but it's very boring.
I'll give the PV a D minus, just like you. It's everything we complained about is true. It's boring as fuck. The song I'll give a D minus as well. I'll give it a D. A D minus might be too harsh. It's not catchy. Even with better vocals, it's not a catchy song. The vocals are always lacking, like classic Hime Kyun Fruit Can. I'm not a big fan of their work for the most part, and this is not any different. I mean, it is different from their other stuff, but my feelings on it are not different from the other stuff. That's Hime Kyun Fruit Can, Kokoro Tsunagaru. Next up, okay, trigger warning, we might go to jail. Just saying. Hello, Pro Kenshuusei Hokkaido. The song's called Real Little Girl. God. Oh, God. Oh, man, we're going to jail.
Yeah, I don't know about that, but the translator should probably go to jail.
What is that part? I'm butt naked and
I want to be bare naked.
Yeah, it's just I get it. That's a phrase in Japan where you're just letting yourself out there. You know, that's that phrase. It means to not hide anything. So
hard on sleeve.
Right. Don't hide stuff. But when you take it literally, it looks fucking terrible.
Especially when you have it laced over or plastered over the members who are singing it.
Yep. All right, I'm gonna be triggered. I'm so triggered by this. Do you remember a couple years ago when Sasaki Rikako was still a Kenshuusei member and they did that song about belly buttons?
Mm-hmm.
They need to stop with this young girls wearing midriff outfits and little shorts and talking about bare naked and belly buttons and showing their belly buttons. It is unsettling.
Aren't those the same outfits from
it looks familiar, but I don't know.
What was the name of that song? Hey. God,
I wish I remember, but I don't, unfortunately. But I feel like they did 2 or 3 songs in those outfits, and oh my god, I felt very uncomfortable watching that stuff.
They need longer skirts, at least.
They need to cover themselves up. No one needs to see little girls dressed like this.
Those skirts are way too freaking short for anybody.
Yeah, it's just wrong. There's way too much midriff. There was that one song with featuring Juice called Tenma de Nobore, which those outfits look those are the same exact outfits.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the one I'm thinking of, I think. And yeah, it's weird, man.
Yeah, I know exactly which song you were talking about with the belly button. I'm pretty sure, though, now that you mention it, these are the same outfits. Because they were a Um, a silver outfit.
It's definitely the same as Tenma de Nobore. I just watched a video on the side. It is the same. Same exact outfits. So,
Uh,
that's never, Hello Project's strong suit is not outfits. I like the
yeah.
design itself. I like the color scheme, but the length and nature of it is wrong, I guess.
I mean, I'm not. I'm not triggered by the belly button or the half shirt,
Oh,
whatever you
I
want to
am.
call it, the
I
the
am.
belly shirt. That really doesn't bother me, but damn, those skirts are way too short.
It's all way too short. Okay,
uh,
so a similar outfit to this is basically what I was thinking of is Baby Raid's when they did the single Jump. That those outfits are would be way more appropriate than this. And Baby Raids at the time were much older than these members and were covering themselves up for the most part. So it's just
yeah.
it's weird. It's weird, man. It's fucking weird. I feel uncomfortable watching this. So let's talk about the PV. It's a concert performance shot PV spliced in with behind the scenes footage, them singing in the recording studio, and member name splashes with their profile picture.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of those introduction PVs. It's like, hey, learn the names of the members, yay!
I still don't know their names.
Yeah, I mean,
I can't read
probably
kanji, so
I'll probably never learn their names unless they join one of the established groups or they
uh,
form their own group.
I used to know some of them, but that's been several years ago.
Well, wouldn't they have joined some of the groups by now, like Country
Um,
Girls or
I think
I'd
most of them
imagine?
have left. I know Shisato's sister left.
Uh huh.
She used to be in Kenshuusei.
All right.
I have a concert still from then. That was like 2006.
Jesus Christ.
Some shit like
It's
that.
like 10 years ago. Jesus.
Yeah, it'd have to be after that because Cute's only been around for 10, so maybe it's like 2009.
Yeah. So, yeah, I hate PVs like this because I don't like behind the scenes footage for one. I don't like those. And concert footage is the laziest way to make a PV. So that's two. And those outfits trigger me. So that's three. So nothing about this PV is for me.
Um, yeah, I don't like the PV as a theme. I know why they did it, just because they don't want to spend any more money than they have to on the
Yep.
trainees.
Mm-hmm.
I don't mind the tops for the outfits, but yeah, the skirts need to be longer.
Well, tops need to cover the stomach. That's just, come on.
Ah, eh,
It's too much, man.
I'm fine with that. It doesn't bother me.
All right, let's talk about the song.
I don't know what to say about this one.
It's a very straightforward, I don't know, old sounding pop song.
Yeah, I can't quite place the style of it.
It feels like a country girl song.
No.
I just think it just feels aged in the not good way, and it's written by the guy who's done a whole bunch of country girl songs. So his name's Hoshibe Sho. He is like 9 out of 10 songs is not good. He's some sort of record setter at this point.
I guess I could kind of see some country girl in there, but no, I wouldn't give this song to country girls or country miss somebody. Um,
It just
I,
sounds like one of those like country jamboree musical theater songs, which country girls loves doing.
yeah, I don't know. There's definitely a certain style to it, but I can't put a name to it. I don't find myself that drawn into this song.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's missing that X factor that most country girl songs have that actually draw me into it. Um, This one just is not catchy. It's
Yeah,
got no hook whatsoever.
yeah. It tries very hard to have one, and it doesn't. Yep. Flat instrumentals and flat everything.
Yeah, there's no. Oh, oh dang. There's no punch to it. There's no power in it.
Yeah.
It's just like, here's some notes, go play it.
That's why I think it sounds like a country girl song.
No, country girls have that extra something in it.
I don't think. I don't like any of their songs. So,
Well, I mean, they're no Yuaki no Honey Pie, but I like most of their songs. The girls like try to make up for it with just like youthful exuberance, and it's just not enough.
of course.
It's not enough to save the song.
Yeah, I don't have anything else to say, man.
Uh, yeah. The PV gets an F. It's a fail for me. Stop being cheap. Um, yeah, stop being cheap. I know you reuse outfits all the time, so the song I'll give it a D plus, just for like the some of the little things that the members do. Uh, Beyond that, there's really nothing there, and it's not a song I will go back to listen to again.
Yep.
I was actually surprised to see it in the list tonight.
The PV's an F for all the reasons I've already stated. Song is a D minus. It's not catchy. It's just kind of there, but in a very, very, I don't know. It feels try hard. It's trying so hard to be cool and interesting, but it's just not good. Just sounds like a bad country girl song to me.
It's trying to be a jazz song and failing miserably.
Yeah, it's just I don't know. It's just not interesting. So that's Hello Pro Kenshuusei Hokkaido. Real Little Girl. Thank God I never have to say that title ever again. Next up, Yuru Merumo. You'll melt more. Furuete Yomigaire. What the fuck is going on here?
Yuramerumo, man.
Yuru Merumo is back doing their Yuru Merumo shit.
Which
They
is
are
just freaking weird.
insane. We don't give a fuck.
They remind me of like. They remind me of it with a cross between Demogumi and like Biss.
Right. Yeah. That's a pretty standard way to describe Yuru Merumo. The song is insane. It's written by the dude from Hakoniwa no Shitsunai Gaku, which they did a collaboration with Yuru Merumo. I believe it was called Hako Merumo, and they did an EP with the collaboration. So they're
Yeah.
like, you know what? We're back. Let's write you a song, and it's fucking insane.
Yeah.
It's not insane in that there's screaming or something heavy going on. It goes through so many phases, different things, different time signatures and tempo. It's actually fairly interesting for what it is.
Yeah, it's a complex song.
Yeah. I think
And
Complex might be giving it too much credit. I think it's more
Well.
confusing.
Yeah. I could believe that. And then you've got the vocals, which are
Never good.
weird.
It's never good. Yuna Merumo's vocals are never good.
Well, they're not great singers,
They're not.
but they try these like weird styles.
Yeah, they try to sound fucked, which is great. I do like Yuna Merumo's way of trying to sound fucked, But like when like other girls do it, I just like eh. I'm trying to think of what was that one group that we talked about like 2-3 weeks ago. They're on the rooftop. Oh God. With gas masks and shit.
Yeah.
Oh, Zenbu Kimi no Seida?
Oh, yeah.
When they try to do the we sound so fucked, we're mentally unstable singing, I tune out. But Yudometamo I can kind of tolerate. So
A couple of the girls are really good at it.
yeah. I like Ano is fantastic. She's probably the most popular member of the group, and she's my favorite member of the group, and I love how when she just pops off and sounds like an insane psychopath and starts screaming out of nowhere.
It's got a little bit of a horror vibe to it.
Yeah, it's kind of a scary song.
Which is... I don't know, it's very weird.
Yeah. I'm definitely suffering from Stockholm Syndrome with the song. Just more and more I listen to it, I like it more. Not to say that at the start I didn't like it. I always thought that it was interesting, but more and more I listen to it, it's like I'm warming up to it. And Yudometamo has this quality. I always end up liking whatever they put out because they're just so goddamn likable to me after like I just get captured and held hostage.
I can't say I'm a fan of theirs. I can handle listening to their stuff, but I definitely don't seek them out.
Yeah, I don't either, but if it comes on, I won't skip it, you know? That's me right
I probably would.
now. You would. Yeah. So
in general, I probably would skip most of their stuff.
Yeah. So this song is just, I don't know, main genre would be rock, but it goes through weird phases like we said. It goes to like a disco-y bridge breakdown. It's kind of weird in that way where it just switches genre and tempos, you know, key signature. It's just
yeah,
wacky.
The first like minute and a half or so, there's several different little genre changes in there.
Right.
Style changes.
Yeah, and then there's like the part where they're just, you know, they're like it's just so damn catchy. They're just saying nonsense, and there's like a breakdown in the instrumentals, and it's just catchy. I don't know. It's a weird ass song. I like it.
It's definitely weird. I don't know if I like it or not.
Yeah. Just let the weirdness engulf you. I don't know. I personally like it. We can talk about the PV. PV takes place in a warehouse, I think. Looks like a warehouse.
Most of it does, anyway.
Yeah. And they're just, I don't know, just running around and doing dumb shit in the warehouse.
But it's not just a warehouse. Or if it is, it's a set.
Right.
There's set pieces in it.
Right.
And some of the transitions in this are really good.
Yeah. It goes with the genre switch, too. So when it goes into that disco-y part, it looks like they're just in a train.
Yeah.
So,
but they get that smoke machine going before, while they're still in the warehouse. And
yeah, that's the transition you're talking about.
Well, that one, and the one after it, when they go into the classroom.
Right.
Is really good, too.
It's cool.
And the classroom is, like, the horror aspect of it.
Yeah, it's spooky.
It's got that classic horror, like, flicker fade going on.
Yeah, and then the song, song is not helping either. There's random screaming and horrific noises going on, so.
Yeah, and then it turns back to a disco song.
Yep. It's kind of crazy.
And then it flips around into a old style Japanese house.
Right.
And then it's right back. Then it's back to the warehouse. They're zoomed in on the one girl, and the scene changes.
Yeah.
It's really well shot.
It's got way more production and good directing than
Yeah.
the song probably deserves, but it's really well thought out, and for a PV that doesn't have that much going on, really, it's really well done.
And then they're back in the house again. It's just weird.
Yeah,
But it's really well done though. But then at the end, for like the last minute and a half, it's all the warehouse,
yeah,
and it kind of gets boring again.
yeah,
Their outfits are like these dingy, dirty coveralls.
yeah. They look like they're mechanics.
Yeah,
They look like disgusting mechanics. I'm not
but
saying
they
mechanics are disgusting, but
but then they've got all this like makeup on that makes them look pretty.
yeah, exactly. I mean, they have some dirt on their face, but
Yeah,
otherwise, there's perfect makeup.
yeah. It just it's a experiment in contrasts.
Right. But yeah, it's everything just kind of works. That song makes sense with the PV, and the PV makes sense with the song.
Yeah.
Anything else?
No.
Rate it.
Um, the song's not really my type. Even though I do generally like songs with like weird genre switches, disco and horror are not big up there. I'd give the song probably a. I'd probably give it like a B minus. It's a good song, but I'm still not sure that it's enough to pull me into the group. The PV I will give a. I'll give it a B plus. If they had more variety towards the end, it would probably be an A.
Yeah, I agree. I'm gonna give both the PV and the song a B minus. I agree that the PV does require probably a little more variety, and I think it would have been a solid B or even B plus A kind of territory. I think it's just really well thought out and nicely shot. It's cool ideas, cool transitions, and it fits perfectly with the song. So that's all you can ask for from a PV, and they did it really well. And the song, the genre switches are very unnerving and very jarring, but it just somehow works. It ties itself together, sort of, maybe. I've warmed up to the song significantly since my initial listen, so my feelings are changing as we speak. So the more times I listen to it, I'm sure I'll either like it or it just stays the same. But right now, I'm growing more and more in love with the song. So yeah, I think it could go even higher than a B minus at some point. So yeah, that's Yurumerimo Furuete Yomigaire. Next up, Uijin Meltdown. So I've never seen anything by them.
Me either. I have no idea who they are.
So they're, I guess like an alternative idol group. And yeah, let's talk about the PV first, I guess. The PV, it looks like a Denpa Gumi PV in that there's color splashes in the background. White room, of course. You can't have a Denpa Gumi or Moso calibration PV without a white background.
It's a complete contrast to what Rev from DVL was. Rev from DVL was so dark you couldn't see it. This one is so freaking bright you can't see anything.
Yeah, and there's a tint of Japan filter there too, so.
Yeah. And despite the fact that they're wearing like really colorful outfits, there is so much light and white that everything is just bleached out.
Right.
And it's disgusting.
Yeah.
I'd rather watch Rev from DVL's style than this.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know about that.
I'd rather have it too dark than be so bright you can't see anything.
I don't know. I would argue that the dark you can't see anything either, so I don't know.
I don't know. I saw quite a bit in Rev from DVL's, but in this one, well, I mean, This one definitely has more variety, so it is better.
I
But
think also there's color splashes, and the members are actually wearing colors,
yeah,
so the color does pop within the white.
and well, sorta. There was a few shots in there where it's almost impossible to see anything other than
Right.
vague shapes.
Yeah. The color treatment's not consistent, so it's kind of weird in that way.
Yeah,
Because when it gets to like the concert shots, it's a completely different film treatment. So
yeah.
that shot looks exactly like Rep from DVL's, where it's almost too dark and you can't see anything. So it's kind of there's two things going on. Also, does Pink look like Ando Yuzu to you?
Mm,
I think she looks
no.
exactly like Ando Yuzu. It also doesn't help that she's pink too, but I looked at her. I'm like, is that Ando Yuzu? Why is she in another idol group?
No.
I don't know. I think she looks exactly like Ando Yuzu.
No. She doesn't have the chipmunk cheeks or the dimples.
I'm not even talking about dimples or anything like that. I just think her eyes and her mouth area is very similar, and her nose too, probably. But yeah, yeah, this PV is very straightforward. Color splashes, white background, some shapes, and concert footage. It's
Yeah.
not actual concert footage. It's them pretending to have a concert footage.
Was it?
So yeah,
I
I don't
thought
think
it
that's.
was.
I don't think that does not look like an actual concert. That looks like, hey, I see a
No,
camera. I'm
it's...
gonna address the camera. No, they shot this footage
No.
specifically for the PV.
Well, maybe, but they had
No,
fans
no.
there.
Yeah, you can have that at a concert. You can say, "Hey fans, just stick around after, 5 minutes after we finish the show, we're going to shoot it for the PV." Bands do this all the time.
Oh, yeah, I know. Well,
So,
if they even do that, sometimes they just shoot it.
yeah,
Period.
but I think that's not an actual concert. Look at the crowd. They're not even hype unless this
Yeah,
crowd doesn't get hype at all.
there's a few shots of them where they are.
Not that hype though. When you
Yeah.
see a concert or a band like that sounds like this, you're not standing there and yay. You're fucking punching people in the face.
God, I hope not.
Oh. Oh yes. We're punching everyone in the face, so. Let's talk about the song. This song sounds Dempa-ish with heavy guitars, heavy drumming.
It's. I'm not sure I'd call it Dempa.
I'm thinking of the synth as the Dempa influence.
Yeah, a little bit. It's almost like a.
Crabcore.
Okay, I don't know what crabcore is exactly. I don't know all these genre names. I would have called it like speed idol pop.
Yeah. With metal influences.
Yeah.
It's cool. Like, the song is another one where it kind of goes through sequences. The intro, the verse, and the chorus is very standard, but then there's this tongue twister breakdown where Pink is just tongue twistering all over the place, and it goes into the bridge, and it goes into the super soft, subtle ballady part, which only lasts 15 seconds or so, but it just makes this huge impact because the melody is nice and catchy, and it just comes out of nowhere. So I feel like the production here and the composition is like excellent. It's interesting in a way that, Unimetamo was interesting. It's just really well thought out because the transitions sort of worked.
Yeah. Oh, that's what the. Not the button I wanted. There's no information at least on the YouTube video.
Yeah. I just think it's a cool song. It's not super innovative, but it takes ideas from other things and just kind of mashes it together, and none of the parts stay way too long or over to where we just get bored of it or I get bored of it.
Yeah.
I think it's fresh, it's different. I think it's got a decent hook. So I think it's a really well done song.
Apparently they've been around since December of
Yeah,
last
they
year.
just formed. Yeah.
So I don't feel so bad not knowing who they are. Because I honestly had no idea who this group was.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah, I don't know. This song doesn't really do it for me.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, I could see this totally not being your type of song, so.
yeah, it's really not my thing. I was never into Dempa or Yudamedamo or Kimi no Seda. Although, well, no, I can't say that because Kimi no Seda's got a couple songs that I like. But yeah, I'm just not into this stuff. It's not bad. I mean, I listen to it, but it becomes background noise for me. It's not something I actively listen to pay attention to.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought it was that for me initially. I thought it was just another one of these songs, but it turned out to be pretty fantastic for me, so.
Things.
Yeah.
Whatever
Anything else?
things are. No.
Rate it?
Um, I'm gonna have to give the PV like a. I'll give it a D plus just because the oversaturated white out doesn't last too long. But overall, I don't find the PV that interesting. The song I'll give like a C. It's not bad, but it just doesn't have anything for me.
I'll give the PV a C minus. It doesn't look great, but I don't think it's a terrible looking PV. You know, the Japan filter is an obvious thing, but I don't think it's as obviously terrible as other Japan filter PVs. Especially when there's color in the background. It doesn't look like Japan filter when that happens. It just looks like Japan filter when there's a white background, so I don't feel like that offended by it. But yeah, the PV itself is not very interesting. I do like their outfits. They all have some sort of like furisode, what do you call it? A kimono
Yeah,
esque outfits where
Yukata.
yeah, I guess so. It's just the underarm area is like very loose, so it just looks like the arm of a kimono. So it's kind of neat. They all sort of have it. I like the concept. I wonder if that's a thing they're going for, but I noticed that. I like that. The song, I'm going to give a B. I think it's solid. I think it's really well done. It's really catchy. I love the bridge. I love the part where the girl's tongue twistering and leads into the bridge. I think it's neat. It's really well done and different. That's Uijin Meltdown. Last but not least, Gang Parade Foul. So we got ourselves a song that sounds to me a lot like the popular rock bands of today, such as Kings of Leon, or Muse, or One Republic, or Imagine Dragons. I forgot what Chase called this genre of music, but I think he called it arena rock or something like that. I feel like that's not really the name for it, but yeah, the bands I just listed, I went back and listened to their songs, and it has a very similar feel to this song. So if you're into bands that I just mentioned, I think you will like this song. It's decently catchy.
It's sad because I don't know any of the groups you just mentioned.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not familiar with them either. I listened to Kings of Leon when they first debuted in like 2003, when they didn't sound like Kings of Leon today. But yeah,
I've heard of the name Imagine Dragons, but
Yeah.
that's it.
yeah,
So
they're probably the biggest rock bands around today.
and I think I've heard of Muse. They've been around a while,
Yeah,
haven't they?
Muse has been around for a while, and their songs are massively popular.
Oh my god, that makeup.
Oh, are you talking about the eyebrows?
Yes.
Yeah. So one of the members has like green paste with
Blue.
glitter on her eyebrows.
It's blue.
Yeah, or whatever. It's just, and she has no eyebrows.
Yeah.
As a person who doesn't have very thick eyebrows, I'm kind of triggered that maybe I don't know if she shaved it,
Probably.
but I'm triggered that anyone would shave their eyebrows like that.
Apparently, a lot of women actually do shave their eyebrows so they can draw them in the
Draw
way
on
they
it. Yeah,
want.
yeah. That happens quite often, so I wonder if that's the case. And speaking of shaving, Kamiyasaki shaves her fucking head. She goes G.I. Jane on her hair. It's fucking fantastic.
I actually have not seen that part of the video.
Really?
I've just seen the aftermath where she's walking.
Oh, dude, there is a very short scene where she's taking clippers to her head and just shaving the shit out of her hair. And it's great.
Yeah, I mean, this doesn't. After was it the last one or the one before that we was really good? From I
Gang
think it was
Parade.
the last one.
The last one we talked about was a really weird PV where there's like human balloons where balloons were being blown up on parts of the members. And it's like silhouetting and stuff. It was just like weird concepts.
Yeah,
I don't remember the song or the name of it, but I remember the PV. That was the last thing we talked about by Gang Parade.
I'm trying to think if it was the last one or the one before that I really liked. Actually, no, I know which one
Oh, it was Plastic to Mercy. They
was
did
yeah,
Plastic to
well,
Mercy again.
there was that one too. Yeah, which I really liked. I think was it We Are Idols?
I don't know. The only two songs that I really like by Gang Parade is Plastic to Mercy and Happy Lucky. Kira Kira Lucky. Those two are about it. So
Yeah, maybe. I don't remember now, but I've liked more of their stuff than I have of Biss or Bish or
oh man, that doesn't say much.
Billy Idol or
It doesn't say much considering you can't name the songs that you liked by them.
well, I dude, I could like somebody and have every record by them, and I still couldn't tell you the names of the songs. That's no joke. I have a terrible memory for names.
I think this is an okay song. The part where they go in the bridge where they go Body and Seven Souls. That
Was
sounds
a
like
little weird.
Yeah, that sounds exactly like all those bands I listen to would do in their bridge. That's what they do. They just have like this choir of voices just sing one line over and over again for the bridge. It happens all the time in like these modern pop rock songs. So it is one of those things.
Yeah, it's it. I don't know why, but for me, it feels soft.
Yeah,
It feels like it should be harder than it is.
right.
So
Yeah.
I'm not.
I mean, considering Gang Parade, yes, it should be harder.
Yeah, well, even with the way the vocals are done too, it just feels like it should be harder. And it's definitely lacking for me.
Well, then you should go listen to all the bands I listed because that's what they do. They have very lacking instrumentals and have like this very regal, bloomy sounding vocal work, and it
Yeah.
just feels empty as fuck.
Yeah,
It just lacks a punch.
Yeah. So I wonder how much of the hair thing was her choice, or
I don't think management's just gonna tell her to shave her head, but I don't know.
well, hell with who their management is. Who knows?
But yeah, I think Saki's actually wearing a wig for the rest of the PV, just because her hair just looks off. I don't know, but yeah,
For the rest of the PV?
yeah.
Starting from like where?
All of the PV except for the scene where she shaves
Okay.
her head.
Okay.
I'm saying she shaved her head at the before the PV even took place. I think her hairstyle in the dance shots or other shots just looks kind of fake looking. So
It's a very odd hairstyle.
that's why I think it looks like a wig.
Those little like ponytails, and at least I don't think I'm wrong about who I'm talking about.
Yeah, yes, very small ones.
Yeah, it's
So this
just
PV,
weird.
I can't even tell you what the location is. It looks like some sort of dumpster,
It looks like
garbage
a
dump,
recycle yard, or possibly a scrap
construction
yard.
site. I don't know. It's just
Oh
don't know why
God,
they're there.
I can't think of the name of it. It's the where you take all the cars and stuff. A junkyard, basically.
Junkyard, yeah, yeah. That's what it looks like. And that's where they are for the most of the PV, but towards the end, when Kamiyasaki is shaving her head, it is just in a random location in the streets. The toughest streets of Japan, where you shave your head.
Yeah, there's a few city shots.
Yeah. But, my god, what a boring-ass PV.
Yeah, there's no. I mean, there's some dancing, but it's not interesting.
Yeah. It's just super boring.
There's
Subpar.
lots of like dramatic solo shots where they're trying to build tension, I guess.
It doesn't build anything. They try, but it doesn't.
And then they're just like, "Hey, wave your hands." Oh,
Yeah.
here's a fist.
Yeah. It's just very uninteresting PV.
So they're one body and seven souls, huh?
Yep. I don't understand what that means. All I know is that there's 7 members of Gang Parade. That's about it.
So Gang Parade's the body and the members are the souls?
Sure, let's go with that. Fucking, yeah, Dragon Ball. Yeah, collect all 7.
Yep.
Alright, I don't have much else to say.
I don't either.
Rate this shit.
This isn't my thing.
Me neither.
I'll give it a C because I couldn't tell you if it's good or bad. It's boring. So
I don't know. I think C is a little
a D.
generous.
I'll give
In
it a
terms
D.
of your point of view. If you think something is like completely boring and it does nothing for you, I think it's at least a D.
Yeah, I'll give it a D. It's just it fades into the background. I would not pay to go see this. The PV gets like a D too because it's boring.
I think the PV's a D minus. It's boring as shit. It's the only thing positive I can really say is that it's nicely shot. Like the camera they used is nice. The color treatment's good. But like the outfits suck. They're not good. It's cool. It's interesting. It's different, guys. It's like patchwork outfits, guys. It's not good. It just is not good. The song, I'll give a C minus. I think it has moments. I think the chorus is decently catchy, but the instrumentals are lacking, and it sounds like every other pop rock song that ends up in the Billboard Top 100s. And that kind of rock music doesn't do anything for me. So, yeah. That's Gang Parade. Foul.
Definitely a foul.
That was definitely a foul. So yeah, that's all the PVs we're going to talk about tonight. But before we end the show, we're going to talk about the MVP of the night, the most valuable promotion video of the night, where we pick one music video we talked about and crown it the best of the week. Ref
Hello,
from
bro.
DVL. Great. God damn it.
You went with the safe one. I went with the not so safe one.
Yeah. What's your top two, if you can come up with a top two?
Mm, mm,
Or just give me your top one, if you only like to one thing tonight.
God. Yeah. Yeah, I'd have to go with Gitamanimo.
Okay. It's a tie for me between Udametamo and Uijin, but you picked Udametamo, so I will go with Udametamo. But I want to give Uijin its props. I think it's fantastic, and they're totally on my radar now. So, yeah, Udametamo. Their song Furuete Yomigare wins MVPV of the night. That's the most valuable promotion video of the night. If you're part of Udametamo management, reach out to newschoolkana.com. We'll send you guys a nice little care package, okay? And that'll do it for the show. You can follow me on Twitter at YoshiRect, and you can follow Charlie Drake Accountant on Twitter at Draco60. That's 60. And that's going to do it for the show. We'll see you guys next week.
Later.